and welcome to the new Partyhat that has been released. To go to the location, all you have to do is just be in Varrock Grand Exchange to the south gate. For here, speak to the wise old man. And keep in mind, you can get these shards in free to play, so start making a lot of alt accounts, but to be able to make the Partyhat, you must be a member, which I like that they did that. So, let's speak to the wise old man for the golden Partyhat, and they're doing this for the 20th anniversary. Last year, we were supposed to get the black Partyhat, but they decided not to, which, that's pretty fine with me. From the wise old man, just go north and you can look at this new reskinned Grand Exchange that has the gold Partyhats kind of all along around the outside perimeter, and then a giant one by the Center Clark people. Now you want to go to the community tab, which currently it has a gold Partyhat color. For here, you might be in system if you're familiar with hosting and teleporting people to bosses, but you want to go to event, and right here it will say time remaining. You have until November 22nd all the way to January 3rd. So right now it's 42 days. And it says shards 1 out of 8 because you get 1 for free by speaking to the wise old man. Keep in mind there is 11 activities to get shards, but you only need 8 shards to be able to make the Partyhat. So just in case some people are skillers, they won't be able to get the combat because, well, they can't really. They can, however, do the boss, which will be good. But I'll be going over them in order on the best ways to get them. And of course, the first one is speak to the wise old man, which we already did. This next one, some people will find the shard to be easy unless you hate questing, because you will have to do all 4 parts of Once Upon a Time quest, which, I like it pretty good because it's pretty much a reference to the Flash series that is on Netflix. The next one will be combat, which, for me, I'm going to AFK Armado, because at the same time you can get Marks of War there, and Armado plate body for whatever reason sold for 11.7 mil. Well, actually there's a reason for that, and that's because the Care Pack and Inferno Zuck, as people are going for precise components for their new weapons to test out. The next one will be Gathering, which includes fishing, mining, woodcutting, farming, hunter, divination, and archaeology. Keep in mind that protein traps will work for this, so you can just AFK the Jadinkos on Anachronia for the hunter shard. But there's a secret way to get 2 shards in one go. First off, for fishing, it's best to have the elite outfit, as you can just consume fish and then just fish, I guess, salmon and trout for the quickest speed or something. Mining, you can use stone sprites to AFK that. Farming, I want to say kind of have to just turn the manure in Arduin farm, so that one's pretty bad. Divination as well, it's pretty AFK, you can do that in World 79. Archaeology, in case you want to go for the Spear of Annihilation, which does require 115 archaeology, but you can do any plot as it's AFK. But the most important one is wood cutting. For that, you will need to have the Nature Sentinel outfit only for the 7% wood cutting increase rate. Keep in mind, you can also use a lumberjack aura for that. And if you do have access to archaeology, it helps to have the Always Aids, which does require 83 archaeology. And then for that, you'll just want to go to your monolith, or if you have the archaeology cape, go to a bank. Take out something. And now let's find the Always Aids. Here we go. When woodcutting, you will always burn your logs for fire making experience. Now, this means you get woodcutting and fire making experience. Now let's go to the very next portion, artism, which includes herblore, crafting, fletching, smithing, cooking, and the winner, fire making. This means you can get both the gathering and artism shards at the same exact time. Construction and rune crafting. For them, I would say smithing might be AFKable too if you are making rune darts, which you can do in free-to-play as well. And keep in mind, you can do all of these shards in free-to-play, but you must be a member in order to convert the shards into the Partyhat, which is currently selling at 3 bill. But let's be honest, the people who get the Partyhat first determine the price of any item, and that goes for anything else. So, for fire making and wood cutting, once you have the perk active, this kind of depends on what you want. You want like speed, some experience, or I guess that's about it. So for me, for speed, I will be doing oak trees that are just west of the rock lodestone. And then that's it. You will get an animation of like logs burning if I can zoom in close enough. Like right there, you see the logs like flying in the air. That means you have a chance of both the woodcutting and the fire making ones. Keep in mind, you can do Arcadia trees in Menopause if you have access to that. And keep in mind, the always aids. I believe level 3 skillers do have access to this, as they only need to do the all fired up quest and the fire making beacons for the ring of fire and ring of gloves, or ring and gloves and stuff. So you should be able to get this 2-in-1. Now you could do the oak trees, the Acadias and Menopause, the Arctic pines that are in Fremnik and wait, ja it's not, or yay, nay it's not, or yeah it's so. And I think that's about it. Unless you're like very low wood cutting, you can't do those. You can do willow trees at the Draenor Bank. Now for the next one would be support skills. This is agility, which I have made a one-click heaven course almost a decade ago pretty much, which you could use that, but if you do not have access to Plague's End, which unlocks Briftinius, you can do the empty throne room bikes, which actually I'll do that right now. Where's my journal? Boop. Let's go here. Keep in mind that the empty throne bikes, they have a limit of getting you 800,000 experience in total. So if you've already done this, you can't redo it because it has a fixed XP that it will ever let you gain. Now you could take advantage of this, and instead of going for the XP rates, you can go for the minimum XP drop. And then if you do have access to Briftinius, you can do the Harmony Pillars that are in heaven. I believe that's like 20,000 experience per hour. I mean, daily, so you can AFK that, but again, that does require questing, which I know some people do not like to do. Once you're in an empty throne room, these are the agility bikes you can do, and these do give the agility rocks. Keep in mind, you see the one to the west that is highlighted purple? You will not want to do that at all. That is because, well, these ones right here that aren't purple give you 3 experience. The purple one, I believe it gets you 42 experience. So getting that one-time fee of 800,000 agility experience would be so much quicker, and this is probably like the best way to get the agility rock. I mean, the agility shard, in my opinion, as it's completely AFK. You just have to click once every 4 minutes. So again, this rock is extremely quick. You can do safe crackings, but I'm not sure if you want to do that, as again, this is like AFK completely. Completing Slayer task and completing Dungeoneering floors, which I don't think anyone's going to do that for these ones. Next up will be the clue scrolls, which you'll need to complete any tier of clue scrolls to get the casket. Not the steps, up into the casket. And then the best possible way, which I will be making a guide to do, is actually clue scrolls, and that will be the easy. And the reason why you want to do easy clues is because you can do about 60 easy clues in 54 minutes. That means you have 60 chances per hour, pretty much, to get your shard, which, I mean, that would be easy to get. And don't worry, if you have terrible RNG, the longer you go dry, the more chance you are. Although I'm not sure if experience drops take a factor in that, so I just go for like the AFK easy stuff you can do. So I mean, that one's pretty easy, and you can look forward to making the elite, the easy clue scroll guide. The next one will be bossing, which again, you can do that with combat and AFK Armado, as Armado items are, again, very costly. Now, for the next one, you can buy a gold Partyhat shard from the shady salesman that's behind, which is on the north side of Grand Exchange, but he will want 30 mil. Honestly, no one will ever do this unless like you really, really don't want AFK skills, because we have 6 weeks, so it's plenty of time. The Yak track, which you'll need to complete the first 15 levels of it once they do release it, and again, next week we'll be getting it, so technically it's time gated for another week until November 29th. And again, you don't have to do this, as you only need 8 shards. And for the last one, if you have bought the 2021 Premier yearly package, you'll automatically get this 1 shard. So upon login, you can already get 2 out of 8 shards. And then the ones I highly suggest no one do would be the Yak track and the gold. Now, if you are a level 3, you cannot do the combat, which means you will have to figure out a way to do bosses, which you can probably just loot share or just be in the boss instance, although I'm not sure how that works for level 3s exactly. But with that, thank you all so much for watching this guide on the best possible methods on obtaining your own gold Partyhat. And keep in mind, if you are a iron, you cannot trade this. Although if you do de-iron your iron account, you should be able to sell it afterwards. With that, thank you all so much for watching and enjoy the rest of your day.